Arcade. I couldn't stream yesterday. Internet was too unstable. I'm hoping the internet is better today. If it's not better, probably ending stream early. But internet withholding. Hopefully get a good number of sets in. Probably not reaching 600 today, but perhaps get well into the 500s. That would be a good stream. Honestly, not losing is a good stream. It's a better way to look at it. And as always, I'm playing with game sounds on to prove that it's being played at 60 FPS. And there's no tampering going on with the roulette. So who's this? It looks like a dragon tamer. Might be a ranger or something. But most likely I think a dragon tamer. Dragon tamers consider Milotic and Gyarados to be dragon types. We've got the sets up on there. Is this a bad matchup? It is. It's an ideal. That's what I would say. It's not ideal because Gyarados intimidating Garchomp at the start isn't great, and Milo is fine, but I'm a bit worried about Garchomp in the back. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Obviously, the first game of every round, which is this one, obviously, but also be the first one next round, is the scariest in terms of the roulette. The roulette is quite heavily biased against you. Just as a reminder, the roulette automatically stops 2 squares over from where it starts at this roulette speed. So if the square 2 over from where I start is fine, then I'll leave it. But if it's not, I'll have to stop it myself. It's pure skill in timing that, but I'm not terribly good at it. It looks like it started here, so it's going to end on level up. Level up would be good for me, obviously. I wouldn't need level up to win. Level up will be helpful in case this is Gyarados 1 or 3. It will make sure that Suicune 2-shot them with Hidden Power Electric. It also means that if that's Garchomp 1, we're not speed tying it with our Garchomp. But that's pretty much it. We're about to find out who this is. It's Harvey. Dragon Tamer Harvey. So these can indeed be any set. I don't want to stay in. Garchomp fainting to a crit Ice Fang would be bad. The worst thing could happen here is Suicune being frozen, I guess. Okay, that's fine. I don't think 1k is happening. That seems unlikely. I am fast in this. I'm actually going to attack first turn. If I crit, that's huge. I've got to think a bit about what would come in second. It's very likely to be Garchomp in second because Milo doesn't have good coverage moves for Suicune. If Milo is in second, we don't need setup for it. So I'm half fishing for the crit here. If this doesn't crit, I'm going to see on whether or not it's a 2-turn outrage. If it is a 2-turn outrage, I might rest. The fact that I've done this much damage to it means that it can use Giga Impact. It's tricky. I can tell from the damage it's done that much in 2 turns. It would take a double crit to kill me through rest, so I'm going to just use rest, I think. Yeah, there's the Giga Impact. That was expected. It's got a chance to crit me here. If it does crit me with Giga Impact, I can Sword Stance though. There's the self-hit damage. It's quite beefy self-hit damage. There's not a huge amount of point in setting up more, really. I'm going to rest and see if I can be as healthy as possible. The disaster case scenario here is that Garchomp 1 comes in and uses double team. I'm actually pleased that it snapped out because that means it's not about to die. 2-turner. What's Suicune's item? No items in the arcade. So unless the roulette gives me an item, no items. It goes the same for the enemies. The enemies don't have items. Unless the roulette gives them one. It's okay, I also sometimes forget. So we're at +1. We will 2-shot. We will kill with a crit. Doesn't need to do damage. I want to discourage the use of double team. Dragon Edge is fine. I mean, Dragon Rush is fine. Dragon Edge. It might indeed use Stone Edge here. Knowing that it's Garchomp free, I actually know I've already won. So long as... Actually, if it is Blissey 2, if it is Milo 2, I kind of want Suicune to stay alive. I might actually go Blissey here. Because I think Blissey will survive a Dragon Rush crit, probably. A bit tricky. I think I'm saving Suicune. I'm a little bit scared of Milo 2. Blissey fainting for once is not actually the worst thing that could happen. Did hit Dragon Rush. We'll see how much this does. Probably is a chance to 2-shot. Okay. So like exactly half pretty much. I'm gonna soft boiled. Obviously it's relying on inaccurate moves. It's a bit unfortunate. I need to think about this a bit because the question is whether or not you substitute and try and get a miss. I think I am going to substitute. Because if I can get a miss, I automatically win. And if I don't miss, well, Milo's going to kill me with an ice move anyway. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to Sword Stance to make sure that I always kill Milo too. So Reporter, they're electric and psychic types only. Luxray. Should be fine. I'm not seeing any big things to be concerned about here. The worst Pokemon on their team is Bronzong. I guess the worst thing that could happen is Bronzong could explode. And yeah, I guess the worst that could happen is Bronzong could explode and it could be Starmie too. I think because of that, I'm going to have to go Suicune on Bronzong because I can't let Blissey be exploded on. It looks like it started here, which makes it automatically rain. Which is fine. Rain slightly helpful for Suicune. I guess I could go for a Calm Mind. But we'll see what the Bronzong is first. If it's a Hypnosis Bronzong, I'll have to spend a bit of time switching around anyway. I don't think I care about it raining for Starmie. Starmie is obviously really bad into Blissey. Mostly concerned about whether or not this is Bronzong 4. Psychic is not Bronzong 4. I want to be a little bit careful with this because Psychic can crit and it can get drops. It is definitely correct to Calm Mind though. Hey Suso. Unlucky today with factory doubles CISO. I'm not sure if my internet is fixed. It wasn't working this morning very well, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Yeah, watching you play factory doubles almost makes me want to play, but then I remember all the streams I did where I didn't even reach smart AI, and it goes off the idea again. So if Psychic crits right now, I might be in a little bit of trouble. I've jinxed it. That's actually fairly bad. That is fairly bad. I'm going to have to go Blissey, I think. It's either Blissey or I can Sword Stance Outrage. I think it's got to be Blissey. It is very funny that Rampardos 2 would have saved you, yeah. That was a bad time to be crit. I'm actually a bit nervous about Psychic getting a special defense drop here. That would really suck. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. Okay. Next major question is what comes in next. So Luxray 3 has superpower and is guaranteed to come in next. But Starmie should come in over Luxray 2. It's quite close on what's stronger. I think this is slightly more likely to be Starmie 2. It is good news that Starmie came in general. I'm not sure about Bronzong Thunderfang versus Bronzong. I'm also not sure if they factor in the weather. If they do, then it would be Starmie in over the Thunderfang sets as well. Anyway, it's good news for me. So although Natural Cure does have AI in terms of switching out if you're put to sleep, if you're paralyzed, it doesn't apply. Yeah, that's true. Shedinja did get 1k, yeah. So I'm at no real risk now that Starmie is paralyzed. Well, I suppose I would be a bit of risk. If Starmie killed Blissey here and it was Intimidate Luxray, I could lose. If it was Intimidate Luxray 4, because it can't be Luxray 2. But why don't I play Rampardos in Trick Room? Surely that's even better. Click, 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 click. It wasn't Intimidate, so I was never at any risk here. Oh, I got paralyzed. I mean... Oh no. Yeah, one head smash. No guard. Rampardos, I think. But also, I'll have as one, so I can combine it with Moldbreaker. And then I can Earthquake my own Bronzong. Even though I'm already heat-proof. The ultimate strategy. These guys are set for trainers. Now, if these Pokemon had items, I'd be scared, but without items, they're not scary. Thanks, Wet Nails. Thank you. So yeah, small risk here. If Slowbro is able to Trick Room up and then Rhydon comes out, obviously I could lose. So the only thing I have to do to avoid losing here is just prevent Trick Room from happening while Rhydon is out. What if you gave Bronzong Air Balloon? It's a good point, actually. I can't let that happen. I've got to go for one of these. Ah, shoot. Bit risky. I'm going to go for this throw. Okay, good. Yeah, the square that was automatically on there, I think, was the random event square, which happens next match, and basically means the roulette board is fully random, which I don't want to happen because random might mean team swap, and team swap is probably the easiest way to lose. Random could also be like my whole team gets burned, for example. So I know from the graphic that Doug Trio was asleep. We are safe from Doug Trio. I'm pretty sure that they can't wake up on turn 1. We're safe from being crit. I know for a fact Slowbro's coming out second because it has Ice Beam. Because it's a 21 IV Slowbro, I'll kill it at +2 with Outrage. So I'm going to use Swords Dance. The real question is, do I substitute? I'm actually also fast in Doug Trio. I forgot that bit detail as well. Yes. Another part of the 21 IV thing. Right, so just in case I was wrong, I have double sword stance to make sure Slowbro Omega dies. Now without its quick claw, Rhydon can't do anything. So Picnicker, that's another set 4 trainer. Slightly deadlier Pokemon this time. This stream is mostly just me doing a spelling test on how to spell these Pokemon. So yeah, a little bit more deadly because I do need Garchomp to be alive for the Gallade to be safe. But the problem with that is that I kind of want to switch out, and Hippowdon 4 does do real damage, and it can paralyze Suicune. So, small amount of risk at the start. Pretty sure that's Sand. It's either Sand or one of the rain slots. I'm pretty sure it's not Team Swap. Could go for this. I'm a bit nervous about giving Hippowdon a Citrus Berry, though. That seems bad. I'm not sure if Suicune would always kill with 2 Surfs through Citrus. Yeah, but these are the Team Swap squares. Definitely can't land on these. Ironically, in this match, because the AI would stay in with Garchomp, I could actually win this with the opponent's team. But there would be a little bit of risk involved in that. Because Suicune could hacks out Luxray Gallade. Yeah, it's going to activate Sandstorm, and then obviously Hippowdon would have activated Sandstorm anyway, so this is slightly pointless. Another thing I could do here at the start is I could just substitute and fish for a Sandveil miss. There's no reason to do that though. Double Sandstorm for double Sandveil. Yeah, so I've got a 36% chance of dodging instead of a 20%. Earthquake. Thanks, Nick. Pretty sure with that I win. Pretty sure I've already won. It is Intimidate Luxray, but that's fine. Because it didn't intimidate Garchomp. This is a Psychic. Surprisingly, Psychics use Psychic Pokemon. Yeah, it was a 21 IV train. I think you're right. Well, I wouldn't want to be intimidated for Gallade. This looks pretty safe. There is a chance that Starmie 1 goes nuts and embarrasses Blissey. But honestly, Suicune should also beat Starmie 1. Once Starmie is out of the way, Garchomp should win. I kind of want... If it is Claydol free, I probably want Blissey for that as well. But it can't be Claydol free in combination with Starmie free or Espeon free, because I'm pretty sure the item clause is respected even though they lose their items. It looks like it's automatically ending here. What I'm going to try and do is end on one of these instead. They're obviously better than me going HP down. I don't know what it is about the roulette. I'm better when I sort of don't think about it so much. Just press the button. When I'm really trying to hit one, that's when I miss. So yeah, we're definitely going straight to Blissey here. No surprise. The fact that Starmie is already paralyzed means I could stay in, but Outrage is not a guaranteed kill, and I don't really want to try and fish for fully paralyzed turns on Substitute. And I have such a straightforward win with Blissey. What I could do here is actually just continue using Soft Boiled until it gets fully paralyzed. However, that's probably not necessary. I do not need Blissey to beat Espeon. So, it's not necessary. It is 21 IVs, but yeah, that would still not kill. Yeah. Espeon in first is probably good news. The worst thing that could happen here. It is possible that Espeon could it could Calm Mind Baton Pass. That could get a bit dicey. Probably just want to do immediate damage to it. Okay, this is... Yeah, paralyzing their team, it turns out, is quite a good idea in terms of the ability to win the game. More set 4 21 IV. Do you not complain about these? Yeah, there's another trainer where, with their items, they're quite a lot deadlier. Particularly Ambipom and Muck can be problems if they've got items, but without items, it's a bit of a joke. Obviously, I can't stay in against Blastoise, but that's fine. Even with Focus Blast, Blissey doesn't care. But just avoid the really bad squares here, and this should be a win. Looks like that's automatically going to paralyze me. I would go for this, but this is Fog, which is really bad for me. I might... Oh god, this is not good actually. I might actually aim for this. If I'm late, it's the square I was going to land on anyway. Okay, I was slightly early, but that's fine. The sand is definitely on my side here. Blissey doesn't mind stalling out Blastoise in sand. No freeze, it's now guaranteed to Focus Blast. Actually weighing up whether or not I should be just thinking out the crit into sand damage, maybe that would matter. Yeah, it would have. I want to bring this into Earthquake range. When it's low, it's going to start using Hydro Cannon. I probably want to try and kill it before that happens. What's going to be in next is going to be Muck because of Brick Break being super effective. That's fine with me. Muck is allowed to come in. Safest way to deal with Muck. Should I paralyze this? Doesn't really matter. Obviously it dies to Earthquake from Garchomp. I don't want to switch Garchomp into an explosion, do I? I don't really want to face Ambipom without Garchomp alive. This is probably gonna... Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, It's quite unlikely to explode, but it can happen. It's about a 2% chance in Gen 4. Waitresses are set to trainers, which should be fine here. Weirdly, Floatzel 2 might be the biggest problem. Never said that before. Like, who's coming in second is going to be it is going to be Floatzel in second with Focus Punch. I'm pretty sure I might just outrage. It maybe it depends on what gender the Absol is, because I don't really want to get hit by a track either. We'll see. This should be quite an easy win. That's Trick Room by default. Not great because Absol 2 is slower than my entire team. I'm looking at this run, which looks pretty good for me. On the third row. Once again, slightly early. But it's fine to be early on these games where it doesn't matter so much. The best service, it's Cafe. Waitress Cafe. Absol 2, I mean most set 2s are meme sets. As the factory players know, the set 2s are the terrible, terrible mons. Set 3 often not much better. There are a few good set 2s, but they're rare. It's female. I don't feel great about going I don't feel great about going to Suicune either. I might just Earthquake. The worst that can happen is I get swaggered. I don't want to I don't think I really want to use Substituting, have it broken by Punishment. Because I don't want to be in Punishment crit range. It has used Swagger. Okay, well that means it's not going to use Swagger again. It's not going to use Thunderwave because I resist it. Oh yeah, I'm immune to it rather. It's probably going to Attract or Punish. And Suicune doesn't mind either of those moves. So if Suicune's out, it's actually going to be Infernape in next, which I think is completely fine. Because the Sand is up. The Sand is going to help me with getting the Surf kill on Infernape. Yeah, Snorlax 2 and 3 aren't bad. You know what? It'd probably be ideal if I don't kill here, Sand doesn't kill, and then Infernape kills me next turn, then dies to Sand, and then I can send in whatever I want. So that looks like a perfect roll. I would like to die. If I don't die, I want to Calm Mind, I guess. This is perfect, I think. Because I want to have Garchomp in. Now, if it's female, it has a small chance. It has a small chance. Well, it could flinch. One other thing people might be thinking about is I can't go Garchomp on Infernape because Shadow Claw is a high crit move. It's possible for Infernape to Shadow Claw over Thunder Punch. Just one thing to be aware of. It wouldn't have been a bad play. On average, it would have been fine. So again, the first match of the round, always the scariest. Who's first? It's a Psychic. Do I have to add the dot on Mr. Mime or not? Has that worked? It has. Okay, cool. Mr. Mime, obviously not a problem. There's a chance. I mean, Espeon can hacks me. And then, I mean, Slowbo 2 sucks. I don't think I can really lose this very easily. I think even if my entire team got burned, I'd be fine, because I could just switch to Blissey and Aromatherapy on Mime. Yeah, it looks like automatic poison. I think that's fine. What I'll do is I'll go Mime. I mean, I'll go Blissey on Mime. I'll Aromatherapy. In fact, arguably, it's nice that Mr. Mime 2 can't Hypnosis. So yeah, we'll just go straight to Blissey and cure that. Suicune should be able to win this on its own. Unless Espeon crits it, and so should Blissey. Pretty sure it's Denver. Yeah. So this is a classic. The fact that, you know, quite a lot of other teams, not everyone, for example, Squilliams' team would have been fine here. But quite a lot of other teams wouldn't want to be poisoned. But the fact that I've got Blissey, I don't care about being poisoned. It means I have so many more squares on the board where I don't mind if it hits. I don't have to risk nonsense. It is actually Mime 2. That's hilarious. I'm actually going to begin with a Thunder Wave. Because I don't really want to be... In fact, I'm actually going to Seismic Toss twice. Just so it's as low as possible before using Aromatherapy. I'm actually going to Softbolt first as well. It's just completely disrespecting it, of course. So yeah, I don't want screens to be up. Of the screens, Reflect is the bigger one that I don't want to be up. So we're just going to wait for a little bit. This is fine. It doesn't matter that it's potentially healing a bit. Again, don't really want screens to be up if possible. I'm not risking very much by staying in here. So there's the Reflect again. I don't want that to be up. So Reflect is off, and now Light Screen's off next turn. I'm not sure if this Seismic is going to kill. It has 115 total HP. Okay. Obviously, Mr. Mime is base 40. Espeon in second. I mean, Mr. Mime's physical attack is terrible. That doesn't actually mean very much. I don't care about the Synchronize, because I've got Aromatherapy and Natural Cure. Just go immediately for Psychic. Not sure if that's modest damage or not. Okay, it has used Attract. That is obviously Espeon 2. Arguably, I could just go Garchomp. It doesn't really matter if Garchomp gets crit. But what I would like to do is have Blissey be in. And then there's a good chance of Attract failing now. I didn't use it. I'm just going to Earthquake. And I crit. Okay. Another psychic trainer? So Latios can be a problem if it's Latios 3, because Latios 3 is faster than Garchomp. It's the only max speed Latios set. And then Executor can be a little bit of a problem if it's Executor 3, because that has Trick Room. I also don't really want Executor 3 to come in under Trick Room. There's a bit of a risk here, which is that it could be Latios 2 as I switch to Blissey. However, Blissey should at least get Thunder Wave off. The disaster scenario is Dragon Dance into a Dragon Claw crit on Blissey on turn 2. If that happens, I have to try and beat it with Suicune. Obviously, I'm probably dead then. But yeah. It's very unlikely that it would go Dragon Dance into Dragon Claw. I'm actually thinking about whether or not I need Garchomp at all for the match, because I'd like to avoid that risk. I might just stay in on turn 1, and if it's Latios 3, it's Latios 3. Garchomp dies, but then Blissey will easily beat it. I need to be a little bit careful about Executor 3 plus Slowbro 1 then, probably. We'll think about it. Basically what I'm saying is... Yeah, Latios 1 could also be a pain, you're right. What I'm saying is, I would like to paralyze, poison, or burn the enemy. If I can do one of those, I'm not as worried about Latios, and I can easily stay in or switch out. Honestly, Trick Room would also be fine. If it's Trick Room, then I can bring Blissey in easily. Yeah, there's a few others. So I'd like the board to reduce the risk I'm taking on here. Looks like their HP's down. That's not very important, really. I'm wondering if I should go for burn. Because sand would also be good for me. That was way late. That was way too late. Okay. Giving Executor Chlorophyll is not a great idea. Just thinking that does change how good Suicune is. Perhaps I should go. Yeah, that's not good. I shouldn't have done that. Fuck. On the other hand, Sun means that Blissey can't be frozen. I think Blissey just kind of wins. Like, Slowbro 1 has no form of recovery. I will beat Slowbro 1. Slowbro 2 sucks. What scares me a little bit is that Latios 3 kills Garchomp right now, and then Executor 3 comes in, and Trick Rooms into... I mean, I should be fine. The problem is it can explode. Executor 3 would also be very likely to come in over Slowbro in that scenario. Perhaps I would then stay in with Suicune. Yeah, I think I'd stay in with Suicune. Suicune... I mean, stay in with Blissey against Executor, because Suicune should beat Slowbro. I'm actually going to stay in. Okay, it's not Garchomp. It's not Latios 3. The worst thing that could happen now is that Slowbro 4 comes out in Trick Rooms. But again, it can't freeze me. In Sun, I don't think I could possibly lose, really. Think about this. The major threat still is Executor 3. I don't want to be in a situation where it's an Executor free 1v1, so I definitely want to kill Sobo with Pokemon still alive, and to do that safely I need to go Blissey, really. What's a bit risky about this is the fact that in Sun, Suicune does such little damage to Executor. This thing is also going to use Trick Room this turn, but that's probably fine. Another thing that's bad is that it's not going to Surf, it's going to Psychic, and Psychic has a special defense drop chance. Definitely going to T-Wave. If it fully paralyzes, I can try and kill it before Trick Room goes up. No, okay. Kind of have to goof around for a little bit. What I'll do if it is egg free is I'll have to go Suicune. What sucks about egg free though is that it's actually faster than me because of chlorophyll, which is pretty bad for me. Okay, that's not egg free. There's Hypnosis. I probably need to stay in, do I? I'll be fine because Leech Seed is affected by pressure this way. This should force Leech Seed into Suicune, because Suicune is switching into pressure. Hypnosis should accelerate the use of the PP there much more than Dream Eater, but it is random, of course, with the paralysis. Dream Eater crit might actually kill Suicune as well, particularly after that. I'll do that to kill Suicune, and then I'll go out. Not an exciting game, but just need to not lose. More set 4. I think I should be fine here. Because Medicham is in second and it's dead to Outrage. Okay, so me being frozen could be bad if it's Garchomp. I'm actually going to go for this. That's fine. Them being frozen is completely fine with me. So the problem with Garchomp being frozen is that obviously if I try and cure Garchomp by going Blissey, Infernape 4 can just kill Blissey. So I'd be forced to go Suicune. I mean, honestly, it would be fine. I'd be forced to go Suicune. But Medicham would come in. I guess Medicham would then have a chance to maybe win with a Psycho Cut crit. I'd probably force a sack Suicune to make sure that Blissey gets Aromatherapy off. It wouldn't be great, though. Even though it's frozen, I'm just going to immediately outrage it. Would have been a much longer match if Infernape crit Garchomp there. Scientist is set 2. Should be fine here. Should be completely fine. Poliwrath 2 scares me a tiny bit. But I should be at plus I should be at +2 for it. On Garchomp. Looks like it's Snow by default, but Snow is good for me. Because it will force Rapidash 2 to use Sunny Day. Yeah. Not upset about that. I said Snow, obviously it's Hail. Future gen brained. This thing's gonna Sunny Day, which is just over. So because it's not a legendary veteran, this has to be a set-free veteran. Is there a way to lose this? I'm not seeing one. Okay, me being asleep would kind of suck. I'm gonna aim for this square. You need to be taught the wisdom of age. It's Alfred. Should I go for the Sandvale miss? It makes the match go by much faster. I instantly get it. Okay. I get 2. Everyone loves unnecessary luck. black belt. Those are fire and fighting types. Luckily for me, more fire than fighting here. Free fighting types can be a problem. A lot of the fighting types have Ice Punch or something, and a lot of them obviously survive Garchomp's Outrage at +0. Burning up the luck reserves when I need it, true. Yeah. But yeah, something like Machamp Hariyama blanking on a fat fighting type. Or like Infernape, if it was because it can be faster than Garchomp. Those can be a pain, those kind of teams. Because they can crit Suicune, they're good against Blissey, and they sometimes have coverage for Garchomp. I lose HP. I think that's fine. Like I don't need to be max HP against Hariyama. It kind of sucks for Magmortar, I guess, but it's fine. I don't think it matters if I'm at low HP here. What I'm probably going to do is just see if Magmortar is a special or a physical set before deciding what to do. So I'll probably be using Substitute on turn 1. If it's Magmortar 2, I kind of automatically win. If I do that, it's not great into Magmortar 3, but Magmortar 4 and 1 might also miss Focus Blast, or Sunny Day, Will-O-Wisp, Confuse Ray. If Garchomp gets a free turn, I win, because +2 Outrage will kill Hariyama. Worst case scenario here is Magmortar free. Oh, it's they lost HP. That doesn't change anything though. Confuse Ray, okay. GG. Pretty sure this is a Pokefan, which means it's set 4. Another team that is pretty bad without their items. Pretty sure that's blank, which is fine with me. My plan for this game, I think, will be Swords Dance. Miltank should come in second, I think, because of Giga Impact winning. So if it's a 2-turn Outrage, Torterra has a chance to do something, but I'll recycle Garchomp. I'll put Suicune into the wood. Actually, I'll put Blissey into the Wood Hammer then. And it's going to lose. Yeah. I don't think it's possible to lose this. Just Swords Dance. It's not even a 2-turn Outrage. Is there a resource which classes one specific set? There is. 1 second. Yeah, so it's a pretty big one. I've played this game too much, so I know most of them. But yeah. It's that. Or go to factory with Tealus. It's similar. Wait, does Altissimo's page there, does it include factory? Let me have a quick look. Yeah, it does explain it at the top. Yeah, in the battle factory, it's the second table. So based on the trainer class in the factory, you actually know who they are. What Pokemon they have for level 50. Obviously, after Gold Print, if it's a tier 8 trainer, which is index 221 and above, you can't know. It's just it is what it is. Napoleon. I'm a little bit nervous about Bass. I'm a little bit nervous about Bronzong in the back. Bastidon. Bronzong. Why is it hard to spell Bronzong? Key insight here is that Empoleon and Bastidon suck. I'm a little bit nervous about Bastidon 3 getting time to Iron Defense and Double Team. It's rough because I want to go Blissey on Empoleon, but I don't want Blissey to be out for Bastidon. So we'll see what happens there. I might actually sacrifice Blissey. We'll see what it is. A little bit of a dangerous match here. I don't want the board to be against me. HP down. You know what? That's not too bad. There is these, though. These 2 level squares. Those are quite juicy. That would make it extremely easy. It means that Bastidon 3 wouldn't be a threat anymore. Amazing. So I'm no longer scared of Fisher. What am I talking about? Empoleon doesn't have Quick Claw in this place. I can just Earthquake it. Just Bastidon in second. I'm gonna substitute in case it's Hypnosis. It's not. That's fine. Bum 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 bum. Psychic again. It's a pretty nice team for me though. Looks pretty easy to play. Kill Gallade. And then it doesn't really matter what happens after that. Metagross can't beat. Well, I mean, having said that, it could be Metagross 3. Metagross 3 could annoy Suicune. The problem is I have to outrage Gallade. There's no choice about that. I definitely have to outrage Gallade. If Metagross 3 does come out, god, that would suck. I guess against Metagross 3, I would at least hit it with outrage first, and then I can double surf, and then Blissey would never lose to Starmie, really. What could be worse than that is Blissey is if Starmie 2 comes out second, hits Blizzard into Garchomp. I might actually PP stall Starmie 2 in that scenario so that Suicune can get set up and make sure that Metagross dies. But hopefully it's not that. Although I would know, in that scenario, I would know that it's not Metagross 3. because that would always come in before Starmie. Is that me sleep? I don't want me sleep. This is kind of a bad board for me. I might aim for this. I don't want to go too close to the team swap squares. It is me sleep anyway. I think that was the automatic stop. This could be really bad if it's Garchomp. I'll need to come up with a new plan if it's Garchomp asleep. It's Suicune asleep, you can see there. Suicune asleep is not great news either. Because obviously Suicune is asleep and Metagross 3 comes out. I can't surf it. So I probably have to go Blissey and Aromatherapy. I think I should substitute here. Get some information about what Gallade set this is. Because if it's Gallade free, I can Aromatherapy now. Honestly, if it's Gallade free, maybe I just Swords Dance. Oh my god. I mean, it's not guaranteed to be Gallade free, actually. It can be Gallade 4. It hasn't got Scope Lens. Do I risk it right now? Do I risk Swords Dance? The problem with doing that is I am dead to Metagross 1. However, if it is Metagross 1, I should have time to fix Suicune. I'd be dead to Psycho Cut crit. Yeah, I know that. The upside of getting Swords Dance would be massive, though. It'd be absolutely massive. What would be my alternative? I think my alternative would be Outrage. It is more likely to be Metagross in second than Starmie in general, even ignoring Metagross 3. Of course, with Suicune asleep, honestly, Metagross 4 also becomes a bit of a problem. At least Metagross 4 won't kill me. Metagross 1 could Zen Bullet. I think I'd be fine against Metagross 1. Obviously, I wouldn't want to paralyze it with Blissey because of Facade, but that's whatever. I don't know. I think if Metagross 3 comes out second, and I outrage it, I think I lose because Hammer Arm is gonna kill Blissey. I get Aromatherapy off, yes, but then Suicune surfs, gets hit by Thunder Punch and surfs again to kill Metagross. So then we're talking about Suicune slightly above half health against an unknown Starmie set. And if it's Starmie 2 or 4, I lose. And actually, if it's Starmie 3, it only needs to crit me once, and I lose. I'd probably be fine against Starmie 1, but even Starmie 1, actually, you know, it can confuse Race Suicune. I wouldn't be able to switch out of that. So I think the worst case scenario actually is if I outrage, I think I need to I think I need a Swords Dance. Now, if it does crit here, I think I'm going to Aromatherapy. If it's Gallade 4, and it immediately close combats Lissy on Aromatherapy, at least Suicune is awake, and I'll have to go for Calm Mind. Oh god, I'm going to lose them. Please don't crit. Okay. I know it dies. I'm really, really hoping Metagross comes in now. Okay. Starmie 1, because it's faster. What I'll do against Starmie 1 is I will just T-Wave Aromatherapy, and start attacking. Okay. That was a scary one. Almost denied 550. Continue. Resolution scale. Do you mean on OBS? I'm pretty sure I'm 1920 by 1080. On Melon. Oh, I'm at ×2. Have a look. Where is it? Yeah, I'm on ×2. Oops. It's actually a tiny bit scary given it's a grass trainer. I definitely don't want to give this Sun. That would be a disaster. Honestly, I might have to just Outrage on turn 1. Like, what the worst thing could happen would be Trick Room. And then Abomasnow 2 comes out in Trick Room. Holy. Or I kind of want Garchomp to be alive for Abomasnow 2. But Leafeon... yeah, I don't know. I might have to substitute then. Because if I substitute 4 times and attack, Trick Room ends. The problem is that I don't kill. Shoot. I don't kill then. But it's... oh no, Executive Free Lead would be bad. There is no doubt about that. With those two Pokemon in the back, Leafeon obviously very good against Suicune. And easily can crit Blissey out. Abomasnow, obviously dangerous. It's only really Abomasnow 2 that is truly dangerous, but it is dangerous. I'm actually quite scared of this. I would like help from the roulette. Please. Make this easier. Trick Room. That is literally the opposite of what I want. Holy, this is not good. I'm going to have to go for the burn, I think. Oh my god, the burn is going to be really important to get. This is a really high stakes one. Oh, yes, okay, okay. That was a really, really important one. I'm just thinking how much that actually changes. Does that... How much changes now? Because Leafeon is no longer a threat. Abomasnow is still pretty scary. I think I'm going Blissey right now. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go Blissey right now. Blissey, least useful team member against the last two. Leafeon is not going to be able to win from here, but I'm scared of Abomasnow, and Blissey is the biggest sitting duck for Abomasnow. Okay, it's Egg 2. I think that's fine. I think I just go back to Garchomp. And that was not Leech Seed, and therefore I can fully set up. And therefore the game is over. Funny, the burn didn't matter because it was Egg 2, but whatever. I'm glad I hit it. A waiter? These can... Oh, no, it's a breeder. It's a breeder or a waiter. They have the same overworld sprite, I believe. So it's either going to be set 2 because it's waiter, or set 4 because it's breeder. It's Xander because I know the name. Donphan 4 is quite scary, actually. In all seriousness. I do not want this to be a breeder, because Donphan 4 can beat Garchomp. Arcanine can cause problems. Obviously, it's got Thunderfang for Suicune as well. And Weavile can beat Blissey. It's not a good scenario. And I wouldn't want to switch Suicune into Donphan 4 because of Fissure. I probably would be forced to do that. The good news of it being a breeder was at least it would be 21 IVs. I still wouldn't like it. I would like to burn. HP down. That is actually very good news. That means that I am guaranteed to kill with Outrage. In fact, HP down, I could just Earthquake with Garchomp. Yeah, that would be good for me. It's probably the best square on the board, honestly. I don't want to give Donphan Sandveil. That's not good. Donphan doesn't have Sandveil this gen, though. I'm not sure. Oh, it is Xander. It is set to Panic Over. I was just thinking out loud whether or not what the role would be with Surf against 80% Arcanine, probably quite marginal. So yeah, these are set 2s. Frillis was right. Just know what their name is. How much does this change? I can go Suicune. I think I should go Suicune. Arcanine. You're guaranteed to Thunderfang. Which means I'm guaranteed to go here. Donphan Tuesday. Donphan, much less scary than Mamoswine. Yeah. Donphan, one of the very few Pokemon that can actually 1v1 in a neutral type matchup. Garchomp. Oh crap! This is a PI, which means it's Werelord 4, Mamoswine 3, and Shiftry 4. Right, it's got to be these. I've got to be careful because I'm so Gen 3 brained at the moment. Yeah, there's only one explosion. Shiftry in Gen 4. Yeah, this is a bit of a spooky one. Problem with these PIs is Blissey is so bad into them. If they've got Oko moves, it's bad for Blissey. If they've got Explosion, it's bad for Blissey. Mamoswine 3 is a real pain as well. I'm not seeing a clever way around this. I think there's a silver lining today, which is that Werelord 4, if it will Blizzard on turn 1, I will switch into Suicune. It'll lose 2 Blizzard PP. It then only has 3 Blizzard PP left, and I can try and substitute on Garchomp into that, but it's not guaranteed. I would like to burn. HP down would be a big deal, because HP down would mean that Outrage kills Shiftry. Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those. I would like help. That's not help. I might have to hit the burn. I'm gonna have to hit the burn. That's me burn. What am I doing? I almost went for that on purpose. But hit this one. Have I just given Mamoswine Slowcloak? I've also just made Blizzard perfectly accurate. Fuck. This might be it. Who is it? Who is the villain? Oh, Battle you battle yours, it's Conway. I'm actually wondering if I should go Blissey instead of Suicune on Werelord. Because I kind of need Suicune for Mamoswine. The problem is, Blissey is so bad against Werelord. It is hailing, which changes things a little bit. Is the best thing Blissey going to do this game, switching into Werelord? I mean, Blissey can beat Shiftry. It's just that Blissey doing Shiftry 4 duty is very scary because of Explosion, and because I'm Seismic Toss, I can't dodge it. I think it's actually got to be Blissey now. Obviously, if this freezes, it's really, really bad. No freeze. So, another wrinkle here. If the current weather is hail, score +1. Yeah, so Werelord can Blizzard here, which is actually good, because it means Hydro Pump and Blizzard are both at 0, which reduces the chance of Fissure. Obviously, Fissure has a 25% chance to get up to +1. Overall, that actually does mean that there's a 50% chance that Fissure is used. So 15% chance I get hit by Fissure. I think the fact that I'm faster, what I'm thinking about Weather Whip is basically, this question's quite simple, is should I use Thunder Wave or not? I've got to remember that Blissey being hit by Fissure isn't so bad what is bad is if Werelord also hits Suicune with Fissure. That is bad. And I think because of that, I should fund the wave. Also, Seismic Toss is kind of bad damage anyway. Ooh, come on. Hydro Pump me. Or Blizzard. But don't freeze. Okay, that's good. That is actually the best thing that could happen. It's good. If it attacks again, I can soft boiled on a guaranteed next attack. That's another tick of hail. This is all good news. Definitely want to Seismic. Do not want to soft boiled. So I want to make sure it sees a kill if it attacks this turn. Even better. This is big for Suicune. It's definitely in +1 HP electric range. Okay. Okay. Actually, quite likely to Hyper Beam now. I was not expecting to get this far. The fact that I have got this far, I kind of thinking that I should seriously think about soft boiled to extend the usefulness. However, Blissey is faster than the other two. Mamoswine 3, if it switches in right now, it's going to Earthquake and not Fissure. I can't outstall Earthquake if I'm this low on HP though. But if I hit a single Seismic... Oh, I'm not sure if Seismic into Surf would kill that often though. Mamoswine 3 has max HP. It is Mamoswine in second if Blissey kills Werelord, which I think is what I want. It's not really what I want though. I want Shiftry in second, to be honest, so it can't explode in the final Mon. I think what I'm going to do is kill this. Kill this. Hope that Mamoswine isn't Snowcloak, or if it is, that I don't miss too often. Because if I can Seismic Surf Mamoswine, Garchomp should be very favoured to beat Shiftry. Let me double check the Explosion AI when there's one Pokemon left in a 1v1. Yeah, so it's score -1. The user has no other, but I have no other. Score -1. So yeah, Explosion when Shiftry is at full health against Garchomp. It's -1. It's -1, so it can't explode. What I can do is Sword Stance, Substitute, so Seed Bomb always kills, and then Outrage. I win. I'm at no risk of Sucker Punch then. So to lose, Mamoswine has to kill Garchomp. I think I'm not getting better than that. Yeah, I think it's identical to Gen 3. Just triple checking before I throw away 550. So again, me being in earthquake range means that this is guaranteed earthquake. That's not good or bad news. Obviously, Mamoswine might be oblivious. If it is, I'm at no risk of missing. There is no point setting up Suicune. Suicune does not need to have any boosts to make sure that it beats Shiftry. This is a scary one. Ideally, this kills. Okay, that's much better than Fisher. Only scary now. Well, it could crit Earthquake, and then that would kind of suck. But honestly, I'd take it. I just want to hit the next serve. I think I'm guaranteed to win now. Because I surf, it takes hail damage. It's going to be dead to Outrage. There's one way to lose, and that's to switch to Garchomp. I'm actually pretty sure I'd win if I did switch to Garchomp. I'm just not completely certain if a max roll Seed Bomb crit plus Hail would kill. It feels like it might kill. So because I've done this much damage to it with Hail, it can actually explode on Garchomp now. However, Garchomp is faster. And Outrage easily kills. Scary. Oh, it's an Ice Trainer. Leave me alone. What's bad about this is Garchomp is borderline useless. I'm definitely going to substitute to try and scout out Glady 4, which is really scary for the others. I'm pretty scared of Lapras 2 as well. Regi is actually not so much of a problem. Don't click Hail this time. Yeah, Hail would not be good here either. It's too close. It was either level and it's this, or it was Sun. I think it started here and it's Sun. I don't want to go for these. I don't want to miss onto this. These two are pretty good though. Maybe I should go for them. I'm just going to go for them. Late last minute change. Okay, that's quite a big deal actually. I'm quite happy I hit that. Quite a big deal for potential Lapras 2. It's Opal. Her coat is very expensive. Opal is definitely the most prominent random Ice Trainer. Let's think about this. I want to know whether or not it's Glalie free, mostly. It's Glalie 2. Unfortunately, that thing can randomly explode. It can't explode on Garchomp, but it can randomly explode in the others. And if I switch, I could be switching into Ice Fang. So what I'm going to have to do here is see if I can get a Ice Fang miss. 5% Ice Fang miss on one of these substitutes. If I can't, it is what it is. There is also the idea of saving Garchomp, because Garchomp does quite good damage into Lapras too. However, in general, Garchomp is not good into Lapras. It's not Lapras 3 actually, it's not Regice 1. Oh, I got a miss. Oh, I got a miss. It's reward time for playing to the odds. So it could be Lapras 1, but if it is Lapras 1, it's Lapras 1 and not Lapras 2. This is another thing, is that the AI is meant to switch in a Pokemon with the best type matchup. Regice as a mono ice type has a better type matchup into a ground dragon than Lapras does as a mono as a ice / water type. But there's a bug, there's an overflow bug, which means that Regice comes in second instead of Lapras. Regice is seen as having the worst type matchup because of an overflow. So yeah, if it's Lapras 2... if it's Lapras 1, it's going to Ice Shard, obviously. Well, actually, Lapras 1 has a chance of Avalanche getting the +2 score on the kill, which actually promotes it over Ice Shard. That would be funny. But yeah, we want to outrage in case it's Lapras 2. +2 Earthquake wouldn't kill Lapras 2, even at -20%. Okay, that could have been so much worse. Picnicker, there's set 4s. Ugh. We deserve that win. It is always worth trying your luck. If you don't try and get lucky, you're never gonna get lucky. This is Porygon 24. It's not a great matchup for me. I'm a little bit worried about Blissey being frozen. However, it should be fine. I do need to keep Garchomp alive because of Tyranitar. Garchomp doesn't kill Tyranitar 4, but it does a lot. So Garchomp plus any other attack kills Tyranitar 4. And then Porygon 24, if its download, can also be a bit of a problem. Particularly if Garchomp dies. It's interesting, it's they get an item. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because there are a few good items and stuff like leftovers. I'm going to aim for burning them, because Sun is also not bad for me. Sun would prevent an Ice Beam freeze. Okay, with the burn, it's actually very difficult to lose. It's Tonya. Tonya, the impossible girl. Yeah, so this dramatically changes the game. It's going to soft bolt in case it does get the freeze. I normally wouldn't want to kill Walrein with Blissey out because Tyranitar can get the Dragon Dances up, but obviously because it's burned, I'm not afraid of it. It's actually Porygon in lot. Porygon in first. Because the AI understands it's burned? That's interesting. I didn't actually know that. So the AI factors burn into the switching calc. Very interesting. Okay. I think that's because... That's not because Walrein was burned. That's because Tyranitar was burned. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it did see Walrein is burned. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm actually happy for Blissey to be low on HP, because that also prevents Tyranitar from getting too many boosts. I'm pretty sure it's going to see a kill with Stone Edge at +1. It can Stone Edge before then, of course. Oh, it saw Crunch kill. Okay. Anyway. Dano, we're busy. We can't get our present. Got more important things to do, Dano. Don't you understand? Healthy amount of turbulence in that set. I think it's a breeder. I don't think it could be anyone else. The overworld sprite? Could it be an Aroma Lady? But it's not an Aroma Lady because of the team. I think this is just the breeder, which means that it's these. Yeah, I wouldn't want a bad square here, because I won't have a lot of time against Guillotine Pinsir. Snorlax is a bit weird. I feel like Snorlax 4 might be improved by the fact that it hasn't got Life Orb. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit strange. I think Pinsir's not a problem. If I get burned or something, could be a problem. Plus level? No. Do I risk this? I don't want to risk this. I'm actually going to aim for this. I don't mind being poisoned as much. Okay, good. That's Berry. Give me Citrus. That's not Citrus. Apricot is the special defense berry. So what do I do here? Obviously, it can Guillotine. I feel like I should probably substitute at least twice. Yeah, that's not Guillotine, is it? It's pretty good odds it uses Guillotine on one of the opening turns. It's got a crit there. Yeah, that was pretty likely. Let's do some serious damage now. Oh, I got a double. But +4 doesn't really achieve anything that +2 didn't already. Can I lose this Umbreon? I don't think so. I think I'm going to go straight to Suicune. And attack now. Go for the 4-shot. Yeah. 3-shot perhaps. Get it out of PP as soon as possible. It's going to Moonlight here for certain. And now I do even more. Trump card does not see a lot of use. It's not an important Not an important item to remember. Move to remember. So I've got Apricot Berry. That it might matter. Weirdly, most likely going to matter on Blissey. That's a breeder. Or a poker fan. Same thing. Unfortunately, because it's a special move, I'm not sure Umbreon will ever use it. It would have to be against a pressure mon, so at least you could go 5-3-1. Problem with Trump card is that it's so weak until the last one where it's 200 power. I don't like this matchup very much because I kind of need Garchomp for Manectric. Obviously, because it's 21 IVs, Garchomp is faster than Manectric. But I don't want to switch something into Glalie Sheer Cold. I'm probably substituting on Blizzard, trying to get a miss. And then Gastrodon 4 is a little bit annoying. +4 on Garchomp would make self-hit bigger, yeah. Looks like it's poison for them. I could aim to stop it here, because these are all good. Having said that, HP down is not actually that good. Poison is way better than HP down. Poison means that Garchomp beats Glalie. I'm actually going to let it run. Also, I don't really want to face Gastrodon in a Sandstorm. Yeah. It's one of those ones where there's no real point of getting a skip there. This is basically a skip if they're poisoned. So it's Gastrodon in next if I kill this with Garchomp. Why don't you hit every Blizzard and then we'll talk? Okay, I was not familiar with your game. We could have also lived... The substitute could have lived Dark Pulse there. But it had to go for Blizzard. Okay, so every Blizzard. Now we need to think a tiny bit more. I can actually go Suicune here and surf it. I think I'm going to do that. I do need Garchomp for Manectric. Although, honestly, Blissey beats Manectric. Yeah. If Gastrodon comes in, is that really a problem? I mean, I say if. Gastrodon is guaranteed to come in, of course. Now, I've got an Apricot Berry, but I've got 3 HP left. I might have to get the damage calc out to see if I'm dead. Am I dead at 3 HP to Ice Beam? Not sure. Get the Voodoo out. Exactly. Oh no, Storm Drain in Gen 4. It's over. I used up the Apricot Berry. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that, actually. It's... I used up my berries on this free win. What am I doing? I mean, the Apricot Berry was extremely unlikely to ever matter with Garchomp, but... it's whatever. I think yeah, Garchomp lives. Yeah, I think you're right. Is it a waiter or a breeder? I should be fine. I would rather face the... I don't know, actually. Would I rather face the waiter? I mean, Electivire 2 is actually really annoying. Okay, I should be fine both ways, to be honest. My eyes weren't at the right place. I think it's one of these two. I don't want to give it Trick Room. These two are fine. It's one of these two. If it's Trick Room, I'll have to go Blissey. And that's not too bad. If I was feeling confident, I'd be going for these swears, but I don't need to. Not for this match. Who are you? It is Xander. It's always Xander. Why did I doubt? And are you download or adaptability? Okay. That's a bit annoying. I'm definitely switching still. Just wondering if I should be going Suicune or if I should go Blissey. I like to think the other trainers also have 555 streaks. Yeah, I'm sure they do. Surely. You know what? Burn is not the worst thing that could have happened there. Don't actually need to Thunder Wave it, I just need to do a little bit of damage, so Earthquake kills. Nice crit. It's in the back, it's Jolteon 2, Electivire 2, yeah, that's fine. Being outplayed. Now I can be frozen. It's over. My berry! Bro, that is so rude. I was looking forward to using that berry in a later game. What the... That's... I can't believe it's done that. No. I'm angry. I'm gonna kill you at +6. It'd be very funny if I lost in a scenario where Apricot Berry would have saved me. Who's next? It's an idol. Evolution? Evolution. I don't know why it always feels surprisingly difficult to type out the word Leafeon. Deserve for taking my berry. I think it's Coco. It might be Coco. In all seriousness, this looks pretty free. always got to be slightly careful of Leafeon because of the Grass Whistle set, but like Leafeon doesn't. I also want to be a little bit careful of the Double Team set, but Leafeon never does that. Weirdly, the worst thing that could probably happen is Acid Armor Baton Pass into Leafeon. God, that would be annoying. Is that they get burned? I'm pretty sure it is. I was about to say, if I burn Leafeon, it's over. Yeah, it's over. I haven't majorly choked Roulette. The worst thing that I've done today is give Egg Sun. By these stream standards, that's relatively uneventful. How did he know? Mods? How did he know? We call that the sandbag to spice things up. Yeah, I'm only pretending to have close games. Yeah, double Snowcloak miss on that Mamoswine could have been devastating. It was actually vape free. I could have tried to stay in and get a miss. Just didn't seem like a very good idea at the time. Time for the Muddy Water accuracy drop. I mean, it should use Aqua Ring and Yawn. I'm actually not sure if I kill. Probably don't. I don't want to be yawned though. I don't. And there's the accuracy drop. It's Leafeon. It's over. What if it crits? And high rolls and still probably doesn't kill? I missed. Impossible. Stop critting me. Oh no. Oh. Leafeon is pretty bad when it's burned. When it's not burned, it... Imagine it doing twice that damage. Bruh, it's a freaking PI. This looks pretty scary, actually. Give the flow in a Bud Hill. Oh, this one's pretty scary. This is pretty scary. It's another game where Garchomp doesn't do a lot. I'm very scared about Abomasnow too. I don't know. Like, I almost wonder if I should be Swords Dancing on turn 1 here. Gliscor doesn't have its Focus Sash. If I don't die to Horn Drill, I win because I just outrage. Bombasno will come in before Gliscor. They'll both be dead to Outrage. Gliscor maybe also has to be killed by Hail. But if I get Horn Drilled, holy, that is bad. It would be Abomasnow in second against Suicune as well. Pike tomorrow, probably, Dennis. Yeah. Pike tomorrow. Where was I? I was saying that it's bad if Abomasnow 2 comes out against Suicune. Yes, that's obvious. I hate how fast Gliscor 3 is, man. I would substitute before Swords Dance if it did come to that. I would really like to burn these guys. Yeah, so Oko set, the PIs, they only use Oko Pokemon and Explosion Pokemon. That's it. It doesn't matter what set they are. That's what they use. And they use evil Pokemon. I would love to poison or burn. Oh, man. Why is it trapped between the two Trick Room tiles? And why is this next to the random tile? I can't risk that. Oh, this is such a bad square. This is such a bad board. At least I've got a good auto stop. If I was feeling godlike, I'd try and hit the poison. But imagine giving Rhydon 4 Trick Room. No, it's fine, it is that way. It's a river. I don't know if I should switch or not. It's definitely substitute on turn 1. The question is what happens if substitute doesn't get a miss. It's probably substitute, and then I probably go Suicune on the Earthquake. Or the Megahorn. That's probably what it is, actually. Gliscor is still an insanely big problem, though. It's River from Snow Horses, but River from Snow Horses is a hero. Oh, please just miss the Horn Drill. It makes this match so easy if you do that. Oh, that's not Horn Drill. That's not Horn Drill. Maybe I'm the villain. that is probably true. I mean, if I substitute on a non-crit Earthquake, that is... No. No. Okay. Maybe I am the villain. Maybe River has come to show me what's what. It is now guaranteed to not use Horn Drill because Earthquake and Megahorn can kill. Or maybe just Earthquake. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go Suicune. While that's out, let's have a look at picking up the counter AI. I'm half thinking about using Calm Mind. No, I've got to kill Rhydon. The real question is what I do against a Abomasnow. At least I didn't sub Swords Dance and get killed by Horn Drill. I almost wanted to do that. So it can Sheer Cold here. It can also Ingrain. It can also Leech Seed. It can also Giga Drain. Those are all possible moves. If it Giga Drains, it heals basically everything that I deal with Surf. I'm considering going Blissey because, like, Suicune is actually good against Gliscor. I'm also considering going Garchomp. The problem is that if it Sheer Colds Garchomp on this turn, ooh, I'm in a bit of trouble. I'm in a bit of trouble then. Because Leech Seed does really bung Blissey. I don't know, staying in feels so bad. Staying in feels really weak. The problem is, a Bomber Snow is quite likely to beat Suicune and Blissey because of Leech Seed healing so much. Staying in doesn't really make sense to me though, because I just don't do any damage. It's gonna, unless it misses Sheer Cold, it's probably healing more than ideal. I don't need Blissey for Gliscor. Blissey doesn't really matter. Blissey is useful against Gliscor in the sense that Blissey is going to be making it take Hail, which is a real thing. It just... Suicune can die to... Suicune can obviously die to Guillotine, but Gliscor... When Gliscor's at full HP, Gliscor wants to actually use Counter on Suicune. Quite a lot. It's also, an Earthquake doesn't do too much damage. I'm healthy enough to survive Earthquake quite easily. Gliscor 3 is jolly. It's going to come nowhere close to killing me. It's got no attack investment. I think I'm going Blissey. Yeah, probably sack Blissey and try and get a substitute up with Garchomp. Giga Drain obviously doesn't really make any difference. I think it makes a lot of sense to Thunder Wave. If I Thunder Wave and then Garchomp's in, like, Abomasnow has to pick Sheer Cold, not get paralyzed and hit Sheer Cold into Garchomp. If Abomasnow does all of that, assuming Abomasnow gets Sheer Cold into Blissey as well, it's got 3 PP left. It has to hit one of 2 into Suicune. If it fails both, what I'll do is just go up to +6 Calm Mind and then win. So I'm thinking I do that. Make Abomasnow hit Sheer Cold into every single Pokemon. Could do it the other way around. Could try and go Suicune first. However, that puts a lot of... Oh, shit, okay. I was kind of hoping to get a few Seismic tosses in. Sorry, it's not too bad. The Giga Drain won't break the sub. So it has to hit Sheer... It actually has to hit 2 Sheer Colds here. And even if it hits both, it's only got 1 Sheer Cold left for Suicune. Okay. It's actually... I'm now in Giga Drain range. It's guaranteed to Giga Drain, and that won't break the sub. It doesn't matter, though, because I've already won with Sword Stance. Ironically, I've got a feeling that substitute into Sword Stance on Rhydon maybe was a better plan. Gliscor can survive this, but I don't think it'll ever survive Outrage and Hail. It actually has to survive 2 Hail turns as well. Even if I do a 2-turn Outrage and self-hit. Yeah, it's dead. It's dead. A Bomber Snow helping me. Yeah, this was a spooky one. I don't like PIs. I want to keep this going. Leave me alone. Go away, PI River. The arcade is cheating. I knew it. This is a collector. They're set 1. Which is... This looks completely free. Just thinking if there's anything I'm missing here. They're hired to assassinate the streak. I think in Japanese they're called gamblers still. Like, what am I missing here? Okay, Drapion could acupressure. Drapion could get the god acupressure run. I'm gonna go for this, I think. Or this. I think it's Frontier exclusive. It might be. I don't know enough about in-game to know if that's true or not. It might be. Sadly, with minus 20% HP, Drapion is guaranteed to die to this earthquake. So Drapion had no chance to get the god acupressure set up with evasion. The scientist looks pretty easy. I'm a rambling, gambling dude. Ah, there's a few. Okay. It makes sense that they wouldn't make it as a Frontier exclusive sprite, I guess. That would be a lot of effort for the Frontier. I can't see how I lose this game. This should be Gengar in second. I can't see how I lose this game. Oh, you're a rambling gaming dude, not gambling, yeah. Are there any problematic dragon matchups? I don't like seeing the Latias and Latios set free, however I can go Blissey on them. But yeah, Garchomp is like cheating. It's like actually unfair. It's just fast and everything else, and it kills them. Garchomp 1 is a bit of a weird mirror. That's Jolly Garchomp, but Garchomp 1 doesn't have Outrage, so I'm favoured, massively favoured. Gonna go for the poison. Honestly, if there were more dragons that were problems, I'd probably be running Memento attacks Latios over Garchomp. Anyway. God, how do I lose this? I really can't think of a way. You got the crit as well, but it's not enough. You got the 2-turn, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it is a bit weird. It is a bit weird. Some of them share the overworld sprites. This was kind of fast. I've done 28 games, but this was kind of fast. Do I do another set? I could do 5, 6, 7. Maybe the final set will be easy. Yeah, I'll do one more set. We're about to get punished for that. We'll see. It's a Ruin Maniac potential punish, but it's got Probopass and Lucario. It's kind of free. Oh, that's the wrong button. How do I lose this? I don't know. It could be Swords Dances or one. Do I have to stay in for that? That's so annoying. Like, it could be Technician, Swords Dances or one, specifically that. And what? Like, how do I lose? Because Suicune, I guess Suicune gets crit. Blissey gets crit and Suicune gets crit. No, Blissey doesn't have to get crit because it could be Technician. But even then, it's at +2. I just win with Earthquake. Like, how do I lose? I don't think I can. Is it Mr. Worldwide? I think I always win. Always win does not include me being burned, though. There are a few things which could upset this. That's freeze. Do I have to go for this? Is there a better thing on this board? I don't think there is. This is really important, actually. Late. Oh, that's a bad one to be late on. That's a bad one to be late on. That does change it if it is Scizor 1. It's regular poison. Like, if it is Scizor 1 and I switch out, obviously I can lead off with Aromatherapy. I am fast in it. The problem then is it might SD twice. I actually still win though, as long as I don't fail the Aromatherapy. And it still has to crit Suicune to make it close. On it, what happens if I stay in? What's the worst thing that can happen if I stay in? If I stay in and just Earthquake? I've got to think a little bit about Swarm. I think Garchomp has to stay alive, there's no doubt about that. Throwing away Garchomp's life is really bad. I could actually crit it into Swarm and then it could crit me, that would suck. Lucario can't win while Garchomp is alive. I'm very concerned about Lucario on the field when it's not. I think I'm going to... It's only scary if it's Scissor 1. It also has to be Technician. That might be Scissor 1. I mean, to do 1, 3, 6. I don't think that tells me a lot. If I Aromatherapy on X Scissor, it could Bullet Punch. And then Blissey does nothing. I think that's fine. It's probably Scissor 4 or 3. We're about to find out. There's still a chance it's Scissor 1. It's just very, very unlikely. Yeah, it's Scissor 3. So I actually win because +1 Surf into Earthquake always kills. Yeah, there was... I mean, the fact that Blissey was paralyzed, there was a reason to stay in Earthquake and then switch out after Earthquake, potentially. Like Guitarist, obviously, Electric and Ghost. It's possible that this is a 21 IV set for Guitarist. Unlikely though, because those guitarists also have dark types. Process 1 is a tiny bit spooky. It's one of these two. Didn't catch the starting square. It's one of these two, which means it's one of these two. They're both good for me. I'm wondering what I do if it is paralysis. Am I ever staying in on Frostlass? Not sure. Yeah, not sure. It's Roget. My gut feeling is I go Suicune. If it's Ice Beam, I go Blissey. Actually, I might Surf and then go Blissey. I might Surf Rest. It is Ice Beam. Freeze? So I'm going to Surf, just so Garchomp kills later. I don't think I'm going to play Gen 4 OU in the future. Okay, I crit. I'm actually kind of annoyed that I crit. this is safe. I just didn't want to be swapping into Focus Punch crits or anything. Just gonna kill you. Medichud. So microcosm of what I was talking about earlier with the fighting, the difference here is the main problem is effect spore. I would like to nerf this team somehow. No, I don't think it was possible. I was just going over what it was again in my head though for the AI for those moves. I would hate to give this guy a choice scarf. That would be horrendous. I'm okay with Guts because after 2 ticks of burn, Garchomp definitely one-shots Heracross. Which is the major fear. Just think about the safest line against Metachan, because Ice Punch crit can obviously still kill Garchomp. I think I'm going to go Suicune. Hopefully it's the... Yeah, hopefully it's the terrible set. Okay, this is rather over. That's annoying. But it's also fine. Breloom first. Again, I am annoyed at potential Poison Heal. I need to prepare for Poison Heal into Heracross doing something unthinkable. I think I'll have to substitute. It's actually Breloom 1. I should survive. I should survive the substitute. Yeah. Effect Spore, yeah. I don't know what I said, but Effect Spore is what I meant. It should like to counter as well. And now you crit. It's over. When I say Poison Heal, I definitely meant I was worried about Effect Spore there. Garchomp gets put to sleep as it uses Outrage against Breloom, and then Guts Heracross comes in. That can be game over. I've been trying to get a 100 Battle Tower streak with only Jotobons. So we're trying Trick Scarf, T-Wave, Girafarig, Carmine, Subress, Suicune, and Sizzle. Yeah, my guess would be that Girafarig does suck. I'm trying to think of a Jotomon that learns... Obviously there's Togetic. I don't think that's much of an improvement, given that you don't really want to draw electric moves. There's Espeon, which at least learns Charm, but it doesn't learn T-Wave. I guess the Slowking Lone trick? It feels too slow though. Johto Mons maybe be better off just going for Suicune, Raikou, and Heracross. And just playing it regularly. Or Suicune, Raikou, Scizor. I don't know. That sounds like a surprisingly tricky challenge. There's a lot of really bad Mon in Johto. I'm assuming Johto means not the original 150, but specifically the Mons they added in Gen 2. Oh, you're right. Scar and Bliss. Yeah. Yeah, no, Scar and Bliss. Yeah, I agree. Scar and Bliss Suicune. Or maybe some kind of cripple, but probably Scar and Bliss Suicune. But don't go mega defensive. Make sure that Skarmory and Blissey both have options to kill enemies. This is actually a set 4 trainer. Which makes this kind of free. Yeah, Scar and Bliss has issues, but to get to 100, I would bet on you getting to 100 fairly often. Is that really sleep? I don't want Garchomp to be asleep, but I guess Aromatherapy is free. Obviously, Garchomp is faster than Dugtrio, so it's kind of all about Garchomp. Yeah, I guess it's fine. I might have to go Blissey even if it's not Garchomp asleep. If it's Suicune asleep, I'm going to leave it. There's no way Venusaur is beating Garchomp and Blissey. It's Blissey asleep. That's also fine for a different reason. Yeah, I would... No, I'm not sure if S-Toss is necessary. I think Toxic could work. You'd be playing it very slowly, though. Most games, you'd have to try and set up Suicune. The idea is just that Skarmory just blocks physical attackers that Suicune can't handle. I'd be a bit worried about maybe you wouldn't be able to do it. Like Volt Tackle Raichu feels like a problem actually. Maybe it wouldn't work. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, I was just gonna win. Yeah. Go here, then go to Suicune. Natural Cure. Unlucky. Gonna actually rest. A little bit of HP. I don't know, it's... Like, you'd be okay against Raichu as long as you don't mind Blissey getting really badly hurt. Like, really badly hurt. Like, you could probably get away with facing it once or twice, but you'd be in trouble if you continuously ran into the electrics. Like, I don't know, a Guitarus is kind of a problem, right? Like Ampharos, Raichu, Jolteon. In the wrong order, without the special one first, it might be a problem. No. Might have to be Steelix over Skarmory. But I'm completely out of it. Refocus. Honestly, Tyranitar also doesn't sound like a bad idea. Skarmbliss, Tyranitar. Let me kill you, Venusaur. Kingdra, also an idea. I wonder if you'd be better off just going for a regular team. By regular team, I just mean like Carmine, Suicune, and 2 friends that are good. Blissey would be included in that. Good. Basically like a very cracked factory team. The problem with the more normal the team is, the more important it is that you play really well, though. Yeah, you would definitely run T-Tart in the back, to be clear. Put Skarmory in the front so you can get Magnet Pool trapped by enemy Probopass and Magnezone. That's what all the pros do. If you are actively thinking about the game, you're not doing too badly. Very likely. It's like a lot of people think they can just like butter mash, and you won't get very far doing that, unfortunately. Oh yeah, wasn't Javi using imperfect IVs as well? I mean, that's another. The worse your team is, the more important probably doing an RNG minute for perfect Pokemon is. This is a 21 IV set 4 trainer. And it looks like they can't win. Because this Venusaur can only use Sludge Bomb on turn 1. And that's Sandstorm as the automatic stop. So Garchomp just wins this game. I just Sword Stance and win. Well, this vehicle was actually an interesting idea. Yeah. Yeah, like what about Raikou, Kingdra, Scizor, yeah? Mind you, when I say Raikou, I'm thinking about Event Raikou, and I'm thinking about Raikou with HP Ice. Raikou without Event moves is like a little bit suspect. There is a way to cheese the Gen 4 tower as well, which is with Lottery RNG scouting. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but that would make it almost trivial. I'm guessing you don't want to do that, though. You probably consider that cheating, like most people would. Don't have Darkrai available to copy Dark Void. Understandable. What's in the Battle Frontier in a Mega Eevee and Alpha Sapphire? The Battle Frontier in the Mega Eevee and Alpha Sapphire is excellent. I can't wait to play it later. If you're just playing for fun, you could also consider just playing on emulator. But if it's really important that you do it on physical cartridge, I understand. But if you just want to play the game and just play the Frontier, I recommend emulator. So yeah, because Frenzy Plant and Hyper Beam are both Hyper Beam moves, they can't be used at max HP. which means it's always going to be Sludge Bomb. And now it's Jova. Is it Opal and her expensive coat? That's a bit of a nasty team. Yeah, you could do Pool Raikou. Talk just Squilliams about how much fun that is. I think his sanity just about survived it. This is a nasty team. I'm a little bit concerned about this one, actually. I do at least get to scout the Walrein set. At least Walrein is leading. It could be much worse, this, actually. I think I should be fine. Countercoat Burst Smeagol. True. Yeah, cuss that Barry Wobbuffet. What could go wrong? I've actually never used Wobbuffet in Gen 4. I just assume it would be a disaster. But I've never actually tried it. They get paralyzed, which is really good for me, I feel. I'm a bit worried about a bit worried about Walrein 2 here. Present Delibird, yeah, that's a great Pokemon. What could go wrong? It's Opal again. Bruh. Her expensive coat. It's always the same trainers. Yeah, definitely have to substitute. I need to know whether or not this is Walrein free. It's not. No shot, she got a streak back. We established in the tower double stream that several of these enemies are likely cheating. Probably try and attempt the Suicune setup at least until I get frozen. At +2, it probably do kill. It depends whether or not it's Ice Body, perhaps. It's not Ice Body, surely. It's good enough. Who's in next? It depends on the sets. But it's probably Dugong. Actually, it's probably Glalie. Why does Dugong 3 have a Slackberry? It's to troll people who are playing the factory. Yes. You thought it was over, but the base 70 speed Pokemon randomly got a massive speed boost, and now you're dead. I was worried about getting my coat dirty. Who cares about your battle? Opal has a priorities straight. Okay, it's the 5-6-7 streak. I've jinxed it. Punish me, game. Send in a PI. That's a policeman. Okay. It's a little bit nervy, actually. I need Garchomp full HP for quite a lot of the Infernape 1v1s. I'm probably just going Suicune on turn 1. I could maybe do a single substitute. I think I'm just going speaking on turn 1 though. It's Quincy, it's Reggie. I would love to paralyze / burn / poison. Okay, maybe not poison so much. The enemies. Yeah. It's Palmer. That's I get frozen. That sucks. This is a fairly big target, I feel. And I'd never miss time. Such an important game. Okay, I was late. I was actually going for the burn, but level up is not bad. It doesn't change very much. No one guessed it. Just thinking how much level up changes. I think the level up is even more reason to go Suicune, honestly. Since Garchomp is faster than Fernape. Hopefully this is not Metagross free. It is Metagross free, of course it is. I'm being punished. Is that critting and freezing? No. Well, that's kind of lucky. I'm not going to mess around with Calm Mind here. What's a bit weird about this is that it's a 50-50 to Hammer Arm or Thunder Punch, because Hammer Arm, when you're slower, gets a +1 score in the air. I've crit it. Okay. And it's also used Hammer Arm. This is over. Metagross had to do a lot more than this to win. And now Dry Skin Toxicroak. I wasted time going for Earthquake, getting the super effective text, instead of going for Outrage like a true speedrunner. Six. Wow. Thanks, sunglasses guy. Five, 6, 7. God, this streak doesn't die, does it? I know it's gonna happen. I'm eventually gonna start thinking about potentially getting 1,000, and that's when I'm gonna lose. EQ is a faster animation. True. I think. I think you're right. Yeah, unfortunately I capped out on 9999 BP a long time ago. But it would be nice to get more. Yeah, so I'll be playing what's it called? I'll be playing Pike tomorrow. What I'm not sure about is whether or not I'll have the screen read stuff ready for like automatically giving hints. I'm hoping to do that. Otherwise I'm gonna have to mess around changing the room number and stuff. I don't want to do that. Okay, no one's playing Emerald. Why don't I go and get my present on Route 38? Because of principles. The last time we left the frontier was the Pokeathlon incident, which we don't talk about anymore. Yeah, so we'll do some Pike. Pike's fun. Cool. That'll be tomorrow. Roughly the same time. I can't find any factory streamers. So, no raid. Oh, Appy is live. Okay. How do I spell his name? Is it Appy99 underscore? Okay, we're going to vote Appy instead. Yeah, good luck getting 100. I think it sounds like quite a difficult challenge, actually. Harder than people realise. Cool. See you later, guys.